Welcome back to the car. It's been a hot minute. I've been working crazy hours testing a piece of hardware at work that we're building. Can't talk about it, unfortunately. But, I mean, normally I work a 980 work week, which means I work 9 hours a day, Monday through Thursday, 8-hour Friday, and every other Friday off. My time card as of the end of Wednesday of the second week was at 109 hours, so it's really kind of crazy. I'm getting too old for this. But I'm doing this today, not to really talk about that, but to talk about I lost a bet. Well, the bet that I lost had been standing for 10 years and 5 months to the day. January the 16th, 2012, I put up a blog post called Beer Bet It Never Flies. And what I was talking about was the Space Launch System. So, at the time, the United States had just canceled the Constellation program, which became humorously known as the Canstellation program in some groups. And they said, we're not going to build that. We're going to build this thing called the Space Launch System instead, which is effectively the Ares 5, except they human rated it. That's a giant upgrade from what Ares 5 was going to be, because Ares 5 was going to be cargo only. So making SLS a human rated Ares 5 was a giant complication. In my opinion, very bad idea. They should have just built Ares 5 as it sat. Ares 1 was probably not a great idea, but at the time we didn't have another human-rated vehicle to be able to launch people. Well, but it turns out by the time SLS flew, we have one with a second one being demonstrated. So we've already flown humans quite a few times on the Crew Dragon, and the Boeing Starliner capsule has flown. So it's not in regular operation yet, but they've done 2 demo flights, and I think they haven't run their first crew flight yet. I've been too busy to keep track, which is really sad something. Anyhow, we have a couple of options, so we didn't really need the Constellation program to generate a human-rated, vehicle from scratch, because we were already going to have one, but they kind of didn't know that at the time. So if they had built Ares 5 and just left it as cargo, not human-rated it, then they'd have flown, I think, probably flown several years ago. But one of the key reasons that we the space community who were complaining about SLS, one of the reasons we complained about it was it wasn't the ideal solution for doing solar system exploration. Really, you want a different construct than that. And so SLS was dictated to be built using maximum extent possible shuttle era hardware, including the main engines and a derivative of the shuttle's solid rocket boosters. And that was largely a jobs program, not a space program. I've talked about that before. So in 2012, when they canceled Ares 5 and the Cancellation program, when they canned the Cancellation program, and put up decided they were going to build SLS, I figured that probably it would go the way of Constellation, that it would get canceled in favor of something else, and we'd be in this perpetual cycle of Congress dictating designs that were never going to be very good and would just never fly. Well, fortunately, I was wrong. It flew, it launched on the 16th of November at 1 something in the morning on Eastern Time. And so I lost my beer bet. But the fact that it stood for 10 years and 5 months to the day was was kind of telling about how long the program had run. And I have a WordPress blog. It's not a lot of people are going to read it. I don't put a lot of stuff up there. And I think I only had like 7 takers on my beer bet. Some people that I knew, some people that I didn't know, 1 or 2 folks I'd met only on the internet, and have never met in person. So there's some interesting people there that I'm hopefully at some point going to sit down and buy them a beverage of their choice. It doesn't have to be beer. In fact, 2 of the people said they don't like beer, or the beer doesn't, makes them break out or something. I was like, fine, I owe you not a beer. I owe you a beverage that is not a beer. But it'll be, hopefully it was just a way to just generate some interest and maybe get people to read my blog post. And I've pumped it on Twitter a couple of times. I doubt more than 100 people ever read it, but it was fun. So I lost a bet, and that's a good thing. Actually, I had another bet last night that a piece of hardware that we're testing was going to fail in a very specific way, and unfortunately, in that one, I was correct. So, oh well, you win some, you lose some. I lost the one that I wanted to lose, and I won the one that I also wanted to lose. I gotta stop making bets that I want to lose. All right, anyway, have a good day.